Hi, I'm Alex Friedrich. I'm a reporter here at the Pioneer Press and chairman of the union here at the paper. You're about to hear from four of my colleagues about why the union is important to them and what they get out of it. Now, like you, or some of you, I was a skeptic when I first got here because I had heard and believed some of the stereotypes that are out there about unions, but that changed quickly. I also found out that we're not alone here at the Pioneer Press. Many of the top 20 news organizations, such as New York Times, Wall Street Journal, Washington Post, Time, Newsweek, Reuters, Associated Press, are unionized. So I think that says something. So sit back and listen in on why we think the union is a good thing.
I think the importance of being in the union is the stability that it gives you. It's just one added kind of cushion, especially in this really uncertain time. We haven't had wages frozen. We were able to have something in our contract that prevents any layoffs from coming for 14 months. So that gives all of us, a little bit of breathing room. Instead of layoffs, we've had buyouts. We've had a lot of just extra provisions that protect the worker and also make the company itself a lot stronger, I believe.
I worked for a newspaper where once a month an award was given out to the person who made it to the front page the most often. So reporters became incredibly territorial. There was kind of a disincentive to share sources, disincentive to share notes. And basically once a month you had this kind of cannibal frenzy to see who won and who didn't, who was on top and who wasn't. So definitely I think with a union paper you have a lot more just working togetherness. If you look at the pay scale, union papers versus non-union papers, I think by and large union papers pay more, and it's not arbitrary. And one of the non-union papers at which I worked, whether or not you got a pay raise was just kind of very casual. It was up to whether the editor happened to like you that year. And to me, that's not really fair. I think here you know exactly how much money you're going to be taking in this year versus next year.
My situation at a non-union paper was very enjoyable, but I always worried that the publisher would simply not like what I did, and that would be the end of me. And it did happen. And coming here, and not only being part of the union, but my supervisor being in the same union, was just really wonderful. There's still a lot of pressures in this business. It's a competitive, fast-paced business, and you just don't need to fight with the people that you're working with. And so that was the thing that I noticed when I came to a union newspaper, was more of a team spirit.
I worked for a non-union small-town paper prior to coming here, and there were certain things you just weren't able to have happen by working without having representation. The benefits, and it was just kind of like you had to work certain hours and you weren't entitled to overtime. You were kind of at the mercy of the administration or the owners of the company. I just felt like I have no recourse in a paper that doesn't have a union. That there's, when situations come up that are questionable, I don't. There's no one I can really turn to. I can either stay there and work and put up with it, or go somewhere else. And being here at the Pioneer Press, at least I have options, and there are things that we've negotiated, whether it's our working hours or overtime, and just the basic benefits that really make a difference in how I feel about my job, and of course the pay is, I do a lot better with the pay coming here than I did used to at my old job.
I think that, the stability of wages, the stability of jobs, just having a seat at the table, having some sort of protection, it's really a positive thing. So I look at it as a win-win situation for anyone looking to organize.